Alex Becker expects the crypto gaming market to be at $10 trillion in the next 5 to 10 years. It's currently at 40 billion.
Wow.
He also seems to find 10x gaming crypto opportunities nearly every single week.
Did you see last video, Good Games Guild? Oh my.
I'd definitely like to 10x my money, and I'm guessing you do too. But there's one problem. Everyone who follows him act like a bunch of crazy chickens who just blindly follow any breadcrumb trail that he leaves. Some of those trails are really confusing. They don't know what the token does. They don't know how to get the token. They don't know how to avoid $3,000 of gas fees. And by the time we finally figure out how to get our hands on this token and we start planning where to spend our millions, everyone seems to dump the coin and pull the rug, and it's all over. That's why I've created this challenge to try and 10x $1,000 into $10,000 following Alex Becker's crypto gaming recommendation. And a lot of people have asked me to break down this process step by step so us as a family can all profit together. And speaking about family, before we jump in, I have Gary V NFT book tokens. I have Candy Digital #1 edition rare NFTs, bunch of other awesome stuff that I'm gonna be giving away to subscribers. So hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss out. So let's start somewhere really important. Where do you get your Alex Becker tip-offs? Because if you're not first, you're last in this game. And if you miss the tips and being quick on them, you may see the coin artificially pump before you can get your hands on it. So there's 4 places we like to look. First of all, his Twitter. Second, his YouTube, which is a lot slower. Third, his Discord. And fourth, tracking his own wallet and seeing the purchases he makes before he even goes and recommends them. We have more info in his wallet and Discord coming up, so subscribe to make sure you know exactly how to do that. But let's focus on YouTube and Twitter. So I've spent the last week perfecting this sheet. And yes, I've cleaned up all the bad math from the last video. This is every single crypto gaming coin recommendation Alex Becker has ever made on his YouTube or Twitter. Also, what price they were mentioned at and how frequently they were mentioned. If you want a copy of this sheet, I'll link it up in the description. Let's walk through Seedify as an example together. So you can see Seedify here, a description of exactly what it is. It's essentially a launch pad that helps launch other crypto games. It's hosted on the Binance chain, and here you can see exactly what price Alex Becker has called Seedify at. So you can see in the red, he's called it on YouTube 5 times total, at $3.93, $3.61, at $3.47, $3.17, and at $4.43. On Twitter, he called it really early at his lowest price at $2.51. This gives the average price that Alex Becker has recommended this coin at $3.37. You can see the coin is currently at $13.48. And at its all-time high, it was $16.76. So this has been a massive return on investment for Becker and anyone who got in early. But the question here is now, are we too late to get in? And that's why I put this sheet together, because we can see exactly what coins are performing well and what coins aren't currently performing well that Becker has recommended, and try to find these diamonds in the rough that we want to invest in. For example, Virtue Poker is actually 32% lower right now than the average time Becker has called it at. So long story short, I went through this entire list, looked at exactly what each coin does, what category it's in, which I'll get to why that's really important in a second, and the current price versus Alex Becker's average recommended price, to come up with 5 coins that I personally want to invest my money into to start this challenge. So let me give the criteria that I used to choose these coins. Number 1, what category are the coins in? A lot of people look at the top gaming token list and don't understand that these aren't all just single games. You have things like CGG, which is a launch pad that helps other games actually get funding and launch. Very lucrative. You have game developers like Gala Games, which is literally a team of developers developing multiple games. You have gaming guilds where people will actually rent you expensive NFTs, just like a car company might rent you a car so you can go and drive Uber and split the profits with them. And then you have my favorite category, which is tech and infrastructure. Things like Altura, which helps transform properties of current NFTs. For example, if you have a sword in a game and you kill 100 enemies, that NFT can actually evolve like a Pokemon. Or Remark, a recent one of Alex Becker's calls that actually lets NFTs nest inside each other. So your NFT land can actually host, say, an NFT billboard or an NFT house on top of that original NFT. When choosing what I wanted to invest in, I stayed away from these single games and went more towards the tech and infrastructure and the launch pads. The other biggest thing is that Ethereum gas fees are absolutely ridiculous and people are literally paying hundreds of dollars. If I have $1,000 to invest, I'm gonna be paying, if I try to do 5 Ethereum coins, maybe $500 of that to gas fees to get in. And then remember, when I withdraw, I have to pay another $500 of gas fees to get out. So we avoided anything that was exclusively on the Ethereum blockchain. So what 5 coins did we invest in? The first was Chain Guardians, which is not only a game, but it is an NFT mining launchpad. Alex Becker keeps comparing this to Seedify, and he says, I don't understand why this one hasn't actually blown up like Seedify has. Not specifically his words, but something thereabouts. I'll put it on the screen for you. We ended up putting $300 of our 1,000 into Chain Guardians. We also invested in Altura. This one has been on a tear since Alex Becker recommended it, and normally we wouldn't invest in this because we think it's already reached its potential. But its market cap is still under $100 million and has a long way to go with ridiculously good looking technology. So we'll give it a go. We put another $300 into Vulcan Forge, which I'm very excited about. Alex Becker has been extremely bullish on this one. They're a gaming development studio with a ridiculously high quality team, and thanks to the recent crypto gaming dip, we got them at a price pretty close to the average Alex Becker recommendation, which is actually half of its all-time high. Then we did put $155 into Forest Knight, a very small micro cap single game. The reason we did this is because combing through every single one of Alex Becker's tweets, I saw that he loves to invest in tiny micro cap gains very early on. Not too early on because they do have that robot pump and dump thing that happens, but once it settles out, he loves to invest in very tiny micro cap single games. And lastly, we invested $75 into Virtue Poker, which is basically a blockchain poker game that Mr. Beast actually played on, and it's at 32% lower than his average call on Virtue Poker. So we snuck just 7.5% of our portfolio in there. If you're wanting to get into any of these Alex Becker tokens, we'll link a video up in the description below walking you through step by step exactly how it's done on our second channel. So you can see I'm tracking all of this in Coin Market Cap portfolio. We're currently up 2%. Hey guys, Benji checking in from the editing station. About 12 hours since I recorded this video. You can see I had to pause it here because we are up far more than 2% at the moment. We're actually up about 10% in 12 hours. Now this leads me to a couple of things. This is where we're tracking everything in our wallet in this portfolio here. You can see all the allocations and all the prices we got it at. If you want to verify anything, we'll leave our wallet address below as well. Lastly, of course, this is the this is the craziest market to be actually financially investing in. So of course, none of this is financial advice. You're crazy if you think it is. Back to you, Past Benj. Since this morning when I did deposit those funds. If you want to stay updated on this journey and any other moves that we make, we're going to have our alerts set up for any Alex Becker tweet or YouTube video and get on these coins as quickly as possible. If you want to see the results, click the subscribe button below. If you have any suggestions for any videos that you want to see us make on this channel, comment below. I'll reply to every single comment. See you in the next one.